Welcome to episode 15. Thank you for tuning in. Don't forget to like and subscribe. We go right in. We are at Cyber, leading some combat achievements. The reason why I kind of want to have the art achievement some point on this account due to the fact that I now have a Slayer task, which is, of course, as you know from the previous episodes, Abyssal Demons. I just want to knock them out. We are so close, only 50 left, which is not at all bad. So yeah, we definitely can do that. I kind of like Syra and dislike Syra at the same time. The reason why, the fight itself, I think it's really fun. The mechanics as well too. It's just too slow of a pace in my opinion. Like attacking all those pillars, let's keep them saying like that, and things like that, it's way too slow. But yeah, besides that, it's not bad. Not bad at all. So yeah, we definitely got to upgrade some items, because I think I need a little bit more melee DPS. Oh, sorry, hiccups. That might be actually a big change. I made a small mistake by actually owning Dragon Boots, which is so stupid. I actually went for Dragon Boots and I have mechanical boots in the freaking storage of my POH. That's some next level dumb. Guys, that was stupid. But hey, live and learn, right? Live and learn. Better know it now and waste maybe an hour or so, half an hour on getting boots that you don't need, and the other way around, needing them and not getting them, right? My charges are kind of running out faster than I like. I'm not gonna lie. I think they run out due to all those little minions attacking me consistently. So yeah, that's a big yikes. Opinion. I don't mind it after the reward from Prifddinas, if that makes any sense. The Prifddinas reward gives us a lot more from CJ and agility and things like that. Here we do the tanking the vengeance hit, which should be fine. Come on. Yep, there it is. Oh, I totally forgot about that. They grew up too fast. That was actually what I wanted to do. I just didn't have the DPS. It happens. So maybe I kill the first one if they spawn. That might be a good one in phase 2. Technically phase 2, but phase 1 as well, whatever, if you don't call the pillars, right? It should be something that's fine. And anyone, respiratory runner, quite nice. Not too shabby. A whole lot of drops over here. I just needed to do a lot. And over here we have a Carol Scoive. The reason that we actually do barrows, in my opinion, is because I want to have full Darrock. And so many drops. Guys, you have no freaking idea how dry I am. Only goal from barrows for me is to have full Darrock. And you don't want to know when I get. Truly don't want to know. It's beyond insane. I actually at some point kind of gave up on getting 100% and just go to 85, give or take, to speed it up a little bit. We're now at 160 KC, which is not a whole lot actually, but you know, we will get towards a lot more. We are slowly working as well on the barrows, combat achievements and everything like that. I think we have greenlocked it. I could be wrong about that, but this is how it is like now, or seems like right now. We have 6 out of 25 with about 1 double, which is the good 6 spear. So it's a very good start. Unfortunately, we got RMs, and we got quite a bit of RMs in the later future, and it's just so useless. You cannot really store it, right? By the way, the flail is so good. Since we got the flail earlier on, we're just gonna do a quick Galvat kill, because that's one of the tasks. And don't pay attention to that. Oh my god, guys, I'm flabbergasted. I totally forgot about the fact that we need some ropes. It's a difficult kill. And thank god, I don't think we're gonna get crashed over here, but we definitely need to rebank once more, because this is only phase 1 and already out of food. So I will maybe just guide it. Honestly, if it takes too long, I will just guide it, go under, wait until his HP bar goes off, And then we will do it like that if that's too much, right? Because this is the second time we need to bind for one freaking kill. And sure, my inventory is a mess. I get that. I really get that. And we don't have trolls. So I don't even know whether trolls will deactivate the task or not. But yeah, I basically opt out on the regular killing it. I'm just going to take a very slow pace. Every time that his HP bar drops, I'm going to do a hit. And by the way, this, guys, took maybe like 9 minutes. But it was easy, and oh my god. No, this can't be real. I have 2 KC. I have 2 KC, and I got a dragon chain. Back in the day, you would have been the king of the kings with a dragon chain. That's so rare. I will actually save this, because this is a stash unit. So yeah, over here, more Slayer, and we get a dragon tentacle. I was way too slow on the recording on that one. Sorry guys for that. I just totally missed it. I had my recording not on. So yeah, we're gonna definitely save them. I'm not gonna make it, how will you say, tentacle whip. It's just useless for me personally. So that's something that we actually gonna give away. And then when we have 10, we can upgrade the Titan to the upgraded version, if that makes sense. Now we need to pretty much flick everything over here. I really like DKs. Guys, talking of things, especially on an Ultimate Iron Man post maxing. Oh, guys, that's just so much fun. Even on my main, if I get a Dagonov's task and my main is obviously maxed, I just really love it. You can take the shortcut, right? Very easy. I think that's 85 or 90 or something. Saves a lot. And due to the fact that your max cape also has an EVAS, you can use Debo there and just be chilling without an cape switch. It's so much chiller, in my opinion. I might actually go for all bets eventually, maybe either on my main or my UIM. My UIM definitely will be going back once we got the Fremenic Elite Diary. As you see over here, the bones are just underground doing God knows what, just despawning at this point. Very tedious, it is what it is, because we just don't have the diary. And that is actually Dagonoth champion for Brian. Not too bad. We are killing it with the combat achievement. I wanted to do more skilling, but I also wanted to get this out of the way, if that makes sense, right? It's just a little bit of this and a little bit of that. Sometimes you need that. I normally am a person that just grinds out one skill at a time, and I really love it, especially if I have to do something on my main or whatever, right? Just miss the hankering of PVM. I don't know whether you guys experience that as well, but me personally, if I go without, let's say, 2 weeks of PVM, I just saying I need a little bit of PVM break. It's just too much fun to not do PVM. Don't get me wrong, I kind of like PKing as well, but more in the LMS, so I don't risk and I do a little bit of PK. The LMS is fun for that. There is no risk on it. And since we, of course, always need the, how are they called? The looting bags, it's a nice thing for an Ultimate Iron Man to be doing, you know? You're not really going to PVM or PK on an Ultimate Iron Man, so I try to do everything a little bit, if that makes sense. We're currently doing the 25 KC, so that's a good one. I did everything off task, unfortunately. I could, for the life of me, not get a task, so yeah, you know, and I'm not going to waste, obviously, my resources for the timer. Because eventually I want to have a budget. And I eat it almost myself there. Buying on Ultimate Iron Man over here is the worst. You don't have a bank, you don't have anything, you're just completely screwed. No bueno, guys. No bueno. So don't die here. It's horrible to get back. Yeah, so we basically did a little bit of rune crafting for eventually the diaries. Not too shabby. We got a little bit of runes over here, a little bit of there. Of course, we had to do the death bank at Hespori. We have 200 out of the 240. But that's not too shabby. And of course, in the later videos, maybe in 3-4 videos, I will just grind out everything towards 99 in one go. But we will see. We will see. Shadow. By the way, we also got a player to 85 for the Desert Diaries. But that also works good in my favor, if that makes sense. So we opened up everything, or close to everything. Yeah, pretty much everything, right? We got a whole bunch, and I mean a whole bunch of supplies things. So basically, what we're gonna do is buy a ring. The ring, you might think, why in the hell would you actually get it? And we got and we pretty much also got the abyssal path. But the ring is actually for construction. You might think by yourself, construction? How in the hell construction? Yes, construction. You actually teleport consistently to the sawmill with it on the earth. So yeah, of course, while we are chopping the trees for construction, we got a couple of clues that we actually did. So let's open that just for fun. You know, it's a little of a break if we take too long of a grind and you get here or there a couple of clues. I like to just switch it up from time to time. Yeah, honestly, it's looking bleak. It's really looking bleak. Okay, let's open the next one. That is actually not too shabby. A collection log is a collection log, so that's good. So let's drop pretty much everything and keep the collection logs over here. I mean, you know, runes are runes, I guess, and the rest is high elk or just sellable. It's a little bit. So that's the thing that I kind of dislike about books. So this thing, I now have very good teleport. I just don't have the master book with me. So I consistently have to drop them because I'm not going to save them. But the moment I got the master clue, oh guys, I will save them up because they are so helpful. And we got 91 freaking boot cutting over here. We are actually leveling up so many skills. And for those who don't know it, I prefer this method to at least 90, maybe 95, I don't know, and then we will go on mahogany homes eventually, because I want to have more of the rewards, if that makes sense. But I was just so liking the method of making the mythical, and now we finally can upgrade ourselves over here with, of obviously a boost, the fairy rings. So yeah, Scurvious, back to Scurvious, we did a little bit of PVM, of course a little bit of skilling, now we're so freaking close. Anyway, Scurvious is on the table next, because we haven't done it and I just needed a little break again. The thing is, normally I just grind out a skill instantly. I don't mind about that. But keep in mind, on an Ultimate Ironman, you think, okay, let's say construction, right? 1.1 million experience an hour, easily, on a main. Sure, you get that by being tick perfect. No problemos at all. But on an Ironman, you're like, okay, I can get it because I can bank everything and then still knock it out in a couple of hours, 99, right? Or on an Ultimate, you will be very, very happy if you can get 120k an hour experience. It's not fun. You need to be 1.5 ticking ticks on Fossil Island. You need to have the planks stack, and you need to have the how are they called? The log baskets. If you don't have that and you're not 1.5 ticking, ooh, good luck. You will get 90, maybe 110k an hour instead of 120k an hour max efficient, right? So your construction becomes a serious long grind. It's not fun. So yeah, we got a lot of tasks from pretty much Scurvious, and we're gonna drop the bone base that we actually made earlier because there's no physical use to actually keep it. Maybe I could have sold it for some experience, but I only think it's from the spine and not the weapon. But I could be wrong. I don't know for sure. I really could be wrong. I haven't looked into it, and it is not that much experience anyway. So who cares, right? It is what it is. But what we're going to try to do over here is get all the things quickly dead, the weed walker. I think you have about 3 seconds, and it should be always easy with darts. So we're definitely going to drop the darts afterwards because, you know, we don't need it. Over here, kind of like Sarashnis for whatever reason, especially if you have the Araxide boots. then it's super chill. You just pray up melee, and you go AFK, auto-retaliate on, and you have a good time. Easily even with Inquisitor on or whatever, right? We need to kill it with an crush weapon, so we obviously went with Dragon Battle Axe, Insect Repellents, quite easy. And now we basically need KC. I wanted to pick up the Tetris, but honestly, I'm not going to do that. It's too much work for too little rewards at this moment. But let's teleport out and see what we actually got over here. One left, guys. That's going to be a piece of cake. Let's actually try to kill this. One shouldn't be too bad. I assume it will be fine, because the thing is, I did it with the crush weapon earlier, the battle axe, and I had it on crush, but it did not work. It must have been a complete crush weapon instead of setting it on crush, which is something very strange, because you're still attacking with crush. So maybe Jagex can look into that, if they haven't fixed it already. Thank you guys, bye bye.